It's a very natural way of being here. A wordless remembrance of who we actually are. And that's why we're gathering today, is to remember who we are. With a little help from all of nature. A little help from Khalil, who's right here with me, this wonderful, beautiful being. And a little help from one another so that we can uncondition and remember who we are. So welcome, all of you, and thank you if this is your first time for being here. Thank you for showing up. Hello, Rosa. I did mute us all, but I am welcoming everyone. We're all welcoming each other with a breath, a silent breath. And just feel what it feels like to take a breath of welcoming yourself. Like you would welcome yourself home, a homecoming breath. And notice how when your breath feels welcoming to yourself, it naturally extends out a welcome to all beings. So good to see you all. Welcome. So breathing this welcoming breath, beginning by receiving a welcome deep within the caverns of your own being. A welcome deep inside the caverns of your wisdom heart. And then feel how this welcome radiates out effortlessly. This is our animal and nature assisted awakening, to awaken who we really are inside of each one of us, so that it can naturally ripple in and out as a natural circulation. So we gather together, converged here with an intention that is so deep that it can't even be put into words, but it is felt by Khalil here, breathing into my solar plexus. And by all of nature, which includes every one of us. I'm going to begin in a way that brings the sacredness of why we are gathering together to a really felt sense, directly experiencing your part in this whole circle of one heart with nature. And that is to call in all of nature, the sacred beings that we call nature, which will begin with this herd of horses who began these gatherings 5 or 6 years ago now. Their intention and my intention and your intention and the intention of so many human animal beings, all aligned to bring these gatherings into being. Khalil here with me, and Yoshi, and Travis, and Taz, and Yoshi and Teddy, and one of our herd members who dissolved his form many years ago, but is the pole star presence of the herd, Omar. So as we begin with this herd of light, we understand that the herd of light is not just these horse beings, but is every being that gathers with this intention here and now. So let's feel the presence of this herd of light, those animal beings in your own life will bring you a moment of rekindled love and remembrance. Those dogs and cats and horses and birds, those trees and flowers and clouds. Feel the presence of Mother Earth herself holding you here and now. Feel Mother Earth's heartbeat, bringing your own heart beat back into natural cadence and rhythm. Feel the oceans within you and all around, and the oceanic beings, the whales and dolphins, sharks and minnows, coral reefs, octopus, too many to name in this glorious planet. Feel the rocks, the crystals, mountains. Lean in to the wisdom of the sky and the elements, fire, earth, water, air, and ether. Feel held by the vastness. Feel part of the interbeingness of all of the bodies of the solar system and beyond. And feel even the formless realms, especially the presence of the formless realms, the subtle spirit presence of all of our loved ones. Whatever form they took to share with us, their essence, alive and knowable right here and now. And let's also call in our human animal family, an ever evolving family. Feel this human animal family's intention of remembering who we truly are. Feel yourself fully present here and now as an interbreathing part of the whole. Feel the land, the ancestors, the natives of the land, and the roots where we all converge deeper and deep. Before I share the transmissions that came through, song I'd love for you to feel into. So feeling into this song now, going to sing it now before the transmissions are shared and after to give you a felt sense of all that is realigning and opening mysteriously here together. Oh, beloved friend, you traveled very far and years away on a shooting star. Oh, beloved friends, welcome here and now. Feel the magic that you are. Holy wow. Feel the magic that you are. Holy wow. Oh, feel a felt sense of who you are. And that holy wow of now as we discover self-worth. True self-worth uncovered and here and now with you by all of nature. These transmissions came through, tuning into what is needed for us human, animal beings here and now. And the revelations of directly knowing self-worth is what presented. The human collective tends to derive their sense of self-worth or their unworthiness from their story. The human collective tends to derive their sense of personal self-worth or unworthiness from their story. In a sense, no more needs to be said. Feel how tenuous that is. Feel the roller coaster ride of deriving your sense of self-worth from your story. Deriving a felt sense of self-worth from your story is like being a honeybee, deriving the source of your honey from a hubcap. Deriving a felt sense of self-worth from your story is like being a honeybee, deriving the source of your honey from a hubcap. Now, the thing about hubcaps is that they can be really shiny when they're new. They can also be corroded or smudged with grease. And they have a tendency of falling off sometimes, too. All of this can be a problem if you are deriving your sense of self-worth from this type of impermanence. You see? Or the thing is that hubcaps can be very shiny when they're new. They can also become quite corroded and smudged with grease over the years, and they have a tendency of falling off sometimes too. All of this can be a problem if you're deriving your self-worth from this type of impermanence, you see? And if your attention keeps going to measuring that hubcap, it will be very hard to see and feel and know directly the true source of the honey-like nourishing worthiness that you are. If your attention keeps going to measuring the hubcap, it will be very hard to see and feel and know directly the true source of the honey-like nourishing worthiness that you truly are. Here and now. And here and now is the eye of the needle. Here and now is the eye of the needle. Stories of who you are don't fit through the needle-eyed portal of true self-worth. Here and now is the eye of the needle. And stories of who you are don't fit through the needle-eyed portal of true self-worth. So let's feel this together as we begin to explore true self-worth and the habit of conditioning, of deriving self-worth outside of ourselves. Again, these are words that are meant to transmit frequencies. As Teddy yawns and releases and makes room, take a breath, release and make room within yourself. Look deeper. Look deeper to the unchanging worthiness of the whole universe. And feel the whole universe flowing through you. Behold and breathe. Breathe in the worthiness of a star in the night sky. Or the night sky's worthiness. Breathe in, behold the worthiness of a star in the night sky. Or the night sky's worthiness. Feel the night sky in your belly. Feel the stars in the synapses of your solar plexus. Breathe in and behold the worthiness of the night sky within you. Look deeper to the unchanging worthiness of the universe. Feel the whole universe flowing through you. Behold and breathe in the worthiness of a star in the night sky. Behold and breathe in the worthiness of the night sky. And feel the night sky in your belly and the stars. The synapses of your solar plexus. That's Yoshi, making room, breathing out, releasing. All that is in the way of remembering and touching true self-worth here and now. Feeling the stars in the synapses of your solar plexus. You'll never believe in the feeling that you are less than again. You will never believe that you are less than or greater than again. So realize the vastness of true worthiness that contains all opposites with us, all of nature, here and now. Here and now, beloveds, is the eye of the needle. And stories of who we are do not fit through the needle pointed now of true worthiness. So come here fully and realize the vastness of true worthiness that contains all opposites with us here and now. Come and be melted into the worth of all that is. Embraced, enfolded, engulfed, melted into the worth of all that is. Trying to derive your sense of self-worth from things outside of you keeps the seemingly solid illusion of separation in place. Trying to derive your sense of self-worth from things outside of you keeps the seemingly solid illusion of separation in place. Through this conditioned grasping, the vast field of interbeingness is fragmented into objects to be used. Therefore, unconscious trying to derive a felt sense of worth from the outside in is a grand illusion, and letting go of this false structure, as habitual as it may be, seeing through it dissolves the inner prison. No more do the shackles of measuring yourself and others in this way hold power. When these conditioned felt senses of self fall away, what is left is the direct experience of the shining, luminous essence of who you truly are. The holy wow of now. Trying to derive your sense of self-worth from things outside of you keeps the seemingly solid illusion of separation in place. through this conditioned grasping, the vast field of interbeingness is fragmented into objects. The vast field of interbeingness becomes fragmented into objects to be used. This unconscious trying to derive a felt sense of self-worth from the outside is a grand illusion. Seeing through it dissolves the inner prison. No more do the shackles of measuring yourself and others in this way hold power. When these conditioned felt senses of self fall away, the conditioned felt senses of self fall away, what is left is the direct experience of the shining, luminous essence of who you are. The holy wow of now. Let's pause for a moment together and breathe wordlessly the felt sense of what is being transmitted here by all of nature. And just breathe in and out, making room for this realignment, for this realization of the honey-like nourishment of who you are. Directly, here and now. Discover this essence of being that needs no bolstering, no manipulation or projecting out to keep in place. Feel the freedom of this touching, glimpsing, beholding the essence of your being that needs no bolstering, manipulation, or projecting out to keep in place. This frees you. This frees the whole. This births the whole world anew. Rebirthing from the womb of worthiness that is. When these conditioned, felt senses of self-worth fall away, what is left is the direct experience of the shining, luminous essence of who you are. This frees you. This frees the whole. This births the whole world anew, rebirthing from the womb of worthiness that is. And a little transmission from mouse consciousness comes through in this way, saying, I am so small, and my worthiness is born from fierce surrender, born from my full allowing of my littleness to be swallowed up by the bigness of the whole, where I am bigger than big and smaller than small, and there is nothing but worthiness here. I am so small, and my worthiness is born from fierce surrender, born from my full allowing of my littleness to be swallowed up by the bigness of the whole, where I am bigger than big and smaller than small, and there's nothing but worthiness here. So a breath with you here, in this needle-eyed now. And a song for you, beloved, to feel into how it lands now, as you've touched upon a stream of living water of true worthiness that's being breathed in each breath by all of nature, including your true nature. Oh, dear friend, you travel there, full of life, full of love. That's who you are. Oh, beloved friend, you travel very far. Many light years away on a shooting star. Oh, beloved friend, welcome here and now. Feel the magic that you are, only well. Feel the magic that you are, only well. Surrounded by these beautiful horse beings, Eddie and Tiles and Khalil. Sorry. Surrounded by this vast field of interbeingness, unfragmented and whole. Breathing from the night sky of your belly. Feeling the stars in the synapses of your solar plexus. Feeling your immeasurable felt sense of self-worth. Let's just melt together into this sea of the worthiness of being.